This is Beatmaking episode 5. We're starting right now. We created an intro in the last episode. Today we're going to be adding a verse part. For that we're going to need yet another preset. Click on the first link in the description. This is a preset for playing chords but differently. Now drag it in. Remember how we made 8th notes last time? Do the same but this time use the chords from the strings. Now if we extend our intro to be like so and add in the new chords too, it should sound like this. You may notice how bland it is. That's because there's no motion in this song. It's just playing the chords a bunch of times. A way to create tension is by automation. And it's about time I told you what it means. Automation is a way to control knobs while the song is playing. So you can control volume, pitch, etc. precisely while the song is playing. That's really the simplest way to explain this. If you don't understand, let me show you what it does. So click on the Add Automation Track button. You get an automation track. Now the way you assign knobs is by holding Control and dragging them onto the track. For instance, I just dragged in the frequency knob of the strings. How? Click on the string's name and a box appears. We'll study this in more detail later. For now, just hold Control and drag the frequency knob on the track. Done? Now double click on this new pattern. The automation editor window opens up. Let's real quick go over the options and then start automating. These are for edit and erase mode. This one flips your points sideways and this one flips them vertically. These three options set how the automation line behaves. And this, I honestly don't know what it does, just makes the curve look a little different. Anyways, now this graph controls the knob. Where you place it vertically controls the value of the knob, and where you place it sideways is when in the song the knob gets the setting. For now, take the point you see here and drag it down. Set it to somewhere around 30. Now scroll until you're at bar number 9. Now place another point by clicking on the graph. Now go to the 3 buttons at the top and click the slanting one. And now we get a nice slanting line. Now return to the song editor. Grab the end of this pattern and stretch it to be 8 bars long. This way the automations play till the end. Now go ahead and hit play. Alright, next up, we're going to talk about LFOs. What's an LFO? Good question. LFO stands for low frequency oscillation. In other words, it's a very slow and low wave. LFOs can't be heard, but they can be used to automate. For instance, the height of the wave could represent volume. Then it would sound something like this. Now, this LFO has a certain speed, and as you guessed it, we can automate the speed. So from that, we can create something like this. Sounds like a spinning top, right? Okay, now let's replace it with noise. Now let's have it fade in by automating the volume. Sounds like something that can build up tension. Now let's place that in our track. Sounds like a nice transition, right? Okay, now let's make it. Open the instrument tab and drag in the triple oscillator. Open its window by clicking on the track title. The window may be a bit confusing, we'll discuss it later. But for some basics, this window controls 3 oscillators. Each oscillator has a wave type, volume, pitch and some other settings. Here we will need only one oscillator, so set the volume of the other 2 to 0. Now set the wave type of the first oscillator to noise. Lower the volume because this noise is loud. Now click on the second tab right here. You get all these settings. This is all stuff we'll cover in a future episode. For now, just follow me. Click on this wave here. You can see it turns green. Now add an automation track. If that window disappeared, click on the track twice to get it back. Control and drag the speed knob. Now in the automation editor window, make a curve somewhat like this. Let it start near 0.25 and end near 0.04. Make the pattern 4 bars long and place it on the 5th bar. Similarly, automate the volume. Let it start at 0 and end at somewhere 20. We don't want a very loud noise. Now double click on the 5th bar of the noise track. Place a 4-bar long note, and after making sure it looks like this, hit play. Feels like we need 4 more bars. So duplicate this section, and now duplicate the strings automation. Once you've done that, you should have a pretty good sounding verse. Go ahead and give it a listen. In the next episode, we'll learn how to use effects. That'll help in improving this sound by a lot. I'll see you there. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And now I'll leave you with our track. Bye.